that's him 100%. I mean, without me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Brian Koberger. But I did send it into the FBI. I did clip that. I also went through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent it into the FBI as well, and they have that, and hopefully they get down to that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they come back to you at all?
I know they have it. I never got an email back yet.
What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy T-REV in the building. Y'all know what's up, man. What's going on? Can y'all hear me? Let me make sure I got the right stuff hooked up. I ain't been in the studio in a minute. But what is going on this Monday morning? There was a lot of misinformation being spread out here in the community right now, and it's something that we need to talk about. This misinformation that is being spread like a wildfire is Brent Kopeka. This Brent Kopeka, you guys got to stop with this Brent Kopeka shit. Stop emailing me about him. Stop thinking. I don't know why you guys think that this dude is involved, but you need to let it go. Oh, well, the case is open, T-REV. The case is open. Okay, yeah, the case is open. The case is open because when a cop kills somebody, it could be open for months to years. Do your research on that. Look up what happens when a cop uses deadly force against somebody. Usually it's investigated, and within months to years, that case is open. Sometimes it's closed faster. Every case is different. But in this case, it's still open. So people that are using that argument, it's goofy. It's goofy. Do your research, look up shit, stop spreading misinformation, stop blaming this guy who, we've had to talk about Brent Kopeka on my show, and I want to get straight to this right now. I didn't want to wait to talk about it. I wanted to talk to you guys about this shit right now because it's crazy. It's absolutely absurd. People accusing this dude constantly. They want to blame it on this veteran that fought for our country. This dude went and fought for our country. Yeah, a lot of people fought for our country and has done fucked up shit. I agree. But do we think that Brent really was involved? I mean, his friend was literally just on a show and verbatim said, word for word, that he hung out or that he talked to Brent every day and that was his boy and they were super close constantly. So I feel like if he knew, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't mention anything about knowing Brian Koberger or nothing like that. And I think people need to let that go. So the thing that I found and that people really need to know is that independent investigations into use of deadly force incidents. Washington state law requires any use of deadly force involving a police officer to be investigated by an independent agency. In accordance with these standards, the city of Pullman cannot investigate or interfere with an ongoing investigation of the integrity or the integrity of an investigation into the use of deadly force by a Pullman officer or by a Pullman police officer. The Criminal Justice Training Commission established the Law Enforcement Training and Community Safety Act, which is LETCSA, which provides the criteria of what qualifies as an independent investigation pursuant to the Washington Administrative Code, WAC 139-12. Investigations into police use of deadly force can take months to years to complete. Each investigation is unique and may require additional review of evidence or testimony by experts, which results in varying durations of an investigative process. While state law provides for updates to the family of the deceased, it does not provide for the jurisdiction to receive updates during the investigation. Stop creating zero suspects with zero research done. So, like I said, when there's deadly force used in a police incident, in a standoff, anything like that, it could take months to years to close up that shit. So that's why the case is open. Do your research and look that up. Anyways, good morning, everybody. I want to say what's up to everybody who's in chat right now. I see you. I see Mouthy Mama, Mar, Nancy, Delana. Man, I got a cough. Let's see. Low 12. How you doing? Welcome. I appreciate you coming by. Low 12. What is going on? Thank you for coming by the stream. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Can y'all hear this? Hold up. There we go. Making sure we're good. So, yeah, let's let Kopeka rest in peace. I agree. Let him rest in peace. Stop. I don't know why. It seems like every time I do a live and I take phone calls, people call in and like, well, I just think Brent Kopeka's involved, and it's like, dude, let him rest. You know what I'm saying? Let the dude rest. If it does come out that he was involved, we'll find out about that. You think that it's going to be missed by the police? The FBI are going to miss that this guy was involved? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obviously the killer was sloppy. This dude that is so tactical that people say was a professional killer left his fucking knife sheath at the scene. So it shows how sloppy he is. And another thing that I want to say is we need to be respectful and mindful of the victims' families when it comes to this situation. I mean, accusing all these different people at this point in the stage of what's going on with a guy in custody being charged. Now, yeah, I believe in innocent until proven guilty all day long. But for us to create content, I don't know. I mean, if you want to do that, that's you, that's your channel, that's what you do. But we're not doing that shit over here. We're going to be responsible. We're going to stick to the facts. We're going to talk about the facts surrounding the case. We're not going to go out. If something comes up, we will talk about it. But why? What is the need for us to grab at shit that has zero to do with this case? That is not fact based. I don't want to sit around and talk about what mysteries in our head could be possible, because it's goofy. It's goofy to sit around and do that. It's disrespectful to the victims' families. A lot of you are out there talking about the victims are selling drugs and this, that, and the third with zero fucking proof of that. That is highly disrespectful. Very highly disrespectful. I don't understand that. Like, you guys are creating all these different things and putting out there to selling drugs, and they were doing this and they were doing this, that, and the third with zero receipts to prove exactly what you're saying. So if you don't have the receipts to back up the bullshit that you're spreading around on the internet, I think you need to just, park that shit. Park that shit over into the corner, because you're just talking. I mean, this is a game to you. You go to sleep with your family at the end of the night. The victims and their families, they don't get to go to sleep. These victims' families don't get to go to sleep. They go to sleep crying at night. While you're over here sitting on a fucking channel creating all these different suspects and people that could be involved in this, that, and the third, and they're going through a healing process, you're out here creating suspects. I think that shit is goofy. You need to, like I said, park it. Without zero, if you don't have any receipts, you need to park that shit. Fuck the mainstream media. This ain't about no mainstream media. This ain't about none of that. This is about respect. Have some fucking respect for the victims' families that have to see this shit every day. That's all. I mean, I want to put that out there because you guys are real goofy with the content and the shit that I be seeing put out by my peers out here in the YouTube community. It's stupid. I don't give a fuck who's got to say what. At the same time, like, you people get to go to sleep with your kids at the end of the day. These victims' families don't. And that's point blank, period. I have to say that. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about mainstream media. Never have. I don't give two shits. Fuck the mainstream media. It's about respect and integrity at the end of the day. Hold yourself to a higher standard and stop shitting you're making yourself look stupid when you create this shit. Yeah, because there's inquiring minds out there and people that don't give a fuck about these victims' families. But over here we do. And if you don't, carry your ass. Simple as that. Show some respect to the victims' families. That's what I'm asking. And if you don't like that, then unsubscribe and get the fuck off my page.
Get the fuck out of here!
Simple as that. We're going to keep it just like that. You know what I mean? We got to keep it like that. What's going on, Barbie? Welcome. I appreciate y'all coming by, but I had to get that shit off my chest because people just, they have zero respect towards the victims' families. You know what I mean? They have zero respect. And it's highly disgusting. Wow, what an intro. Thank you. I appreciate you, Sharon. Thank you. Fallen Angel says, what? Oh, I can't even read that. What's going on, Mac? Mac, I tried to get a job, but I quit because I missed rap. Mac's crazy. You're wild, boy. You're wild. So true, T-REV. Hey, look, I'm just telling you, like, thank you, Maldi Mama. I appreciate you. I'm just saying in general, they need to, you can't tell other content creators what to do, right? And that's not what I'm really trying to do, but what I'm trying to say is have some fucking respect. I know when I get in this field now, if there's a case and there's a bunch of shit going on and there's a guy arrested, then we need to start curbing and parking ourselves with the facts. Yeah. When I started true crime on YouTube, man, look, we speculated and talked about a bunch of different suspects. In this case, the Kylie Rodney case and other cases, right? But at the same time, you got to learn to hold yourself, to be respectful to the victims' families and know that they're watching this content. They're seeing what's put out. They're seeing these statements. People need to be mindful of that. It's something that I didn't really notice until now. It's something that I learned along my process and letting people call in and tell me things all the time, right? Especially when Brian wasn't arrested, when there was nobody in custody. People were calling in with a bunch of different tips and different things that they were talking about. And that's cool. That's cool. But we're past that stage now. There's a guy arrested with evidence against him. He has evidence against him. He has to see his day in court. To take shots at this guy that was in the army that went and fought for our country and to bring that guy down and to ruin his legacy. I mean, who are we to do that with zero proof that this dude was involved, with zero proof that he knew who Brian was? I could see if you pulled a picture up and this dude was with Brian and they were close and hung out, and I would understand why you're talking about it. But just because there was a standoff and a shooting and he died at the hands of the police, there's no need for us to just create suspects. And you're making this dead man a suspect. It's sickening. It really is. It's sickening. I mean, I talked about it before, and I regret even having anybody or myself talk about that. You think Brent Kopeka could have been involved? I didn't realize how many people that actually hurt. You know, I didn't realize it hurt his family, his friends. I didn't realize that shit. But now I realize certain things, and that's why I put a curve to it over here on this channel. We're going to stick to fact-based shit. Fuck mainstream media. Fuck what they're talking about. This is my channel, and we talk about what I want to talk about. Just like the other content creators, it's their channel, and they're going to talk about what they want to talk about, whether it be conspiracies or whatever. I'm going to stick to the facts. Let's stick to the facts. Simple as that. Thank you, CKI. I appreciate you. Love for Sosa. Hope he is doing well. Yeah, he's over here laying next to me. Yeah, that shit dirty. I hope you rethink Netflix after DTS. Netflix doesn't want to do me like that though. When I had the Zoom call with the executive producer from what was it, Vice Films, they're not looking to slap me against the wall like that. They actually like the channel and they're subscribed to the channel because they were like, I like the way that you had the phone lines open and people could call in, etc. Your platform is one of a kind. The way that you were doing it, we were in your lives. This lady literally told me this. We were in your lives when Google was crashing, when you had so many callers calling in at the beginning of the case. I was like, damn, they were here that long. So they were actually in my lives. They were in these lives, and they really liked the process of the call-ins and the way that we did it. They were like, I don't know. Well, she said, I don't know how you handled it. I don't know how you had all that pressure on you and all these phone calls and people emailing you this, that, and the third. So it's more like they're infatuated with the story and the way that I did this. So that's why they're interested in having me on that show on Netflix. Now, I will rethink it. Maybe I do need to rethink it, but they weren't talking about, oh, you had a problem with misinformation, this, that, and the third. They didn't come at me like that. And they wouldn't come at me like that. And I'd make that known. But I appreciate you, and I love you for sticking up and putting that out there like that. Shout out to you, P. Fox. You're a real one. Dippity doo, Trev, you're the only one I respect. I appreciate you. I don't want to be the only one people respect. Hopefully there's more people that have integrity and can be mindful of the victims' families being, knowing they're watching. I mean, if Angel Girl 1980 is in here this week, we're doing an interview and dropping it. I will be dropping that this week. Hopefully we can find time. I actually need to check my email and see if she responded back, which will be about Xana. What's going on, Protected? Welcome. Frazier, I could never work out why people decided he was involved. It didn't make sense. Making this guy a suspect when he should be commended for his service and honored in his death. The families of the victims and all these created suspects are suffering. It is. It's bad. It's too deep. Public eye already. BK guilty. Wait till trial is all I say. Public eye already has BK guilty. Crazy P. How many people get locked up and you're like, yeah, this guy did it? So I mean, that's what every case. That's what every single case. You are very charismatic. Thank you. I appreciate you, Carolina. Date question mark. Let's see. All right, hold on. Let me put this up. Also, I do want to put this up, and we always run this, and I've always said this. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it is not true. So, the things that you hear on these other channels, make sure that you fact check everything that's said. If somebody is talking and they don't say it's speculation and you go to believe these things, like these rain cams that are put out, the fake rain cams of, there was a fake rain cam that I heard the other day that literally was like, oh, what's going on? It's Brian. Like, that is fucking sick. Like, how sick are you to even make this type of stuff? That's literally classified as misinformation. Like, what are you doing putting out this rain cam video or audio? I'm sorry. And going, oh my God, it's Brian. Like, really? Like, that shit is goofy. And it's not the real rain cam audio. You just know it's not when you listen to it. You could tell it's doctored, right? You could tell it's doctored. I was able to tell right away. We got your back, T. I appreciate you, love. Angelic Darkness says, good morning, Eastern. Let's see. I've been sick, man. I actually still, I don't know why I still feel kind of swollen in my mouth. I don't know. I have an infection right now, but I'll be all right. I think people connected him with it because of all of the K-bar knives on his wall. The news showed. I mean, with the K-bar knives on his wall, how many people probably have a K-bar knife? You know how many people have K-bar knives? More than you would expect, in my opinion. Other creators still pushing drug cartel narrative. Yeah, the drug cartel, man, they're pumping drugs right up out of there. They left 2 victims. The drug cartel, they leave victims behind. They leave they leave witnesses behind and stuff like that. That's how sloppy the cartel is. Right. It's only gonna get worse with all the crazy people. Hold up. People need to go and get a job, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I know, right?
Get the fuck out of here!
Let's see, Miguel Zap. Good afternoon, T-REV and Rev. I hope everyone is doing well today. Thank you for the live stream. Been sick, so I'm really behind. So I want to check this out. Let's check it out. I wanted to check this out specifically because we didn't watch it on live in general. But as far as the gag order, do you guys think it's going to be lifted? Do you think the judge is going to modify this gag order in any way? I absolutely think not. I don't think he's going to touch it. I think he's going to leave it where it's at, and it's going to be there until trial. That's what I think about the gag order. I'd be surprised if they lift it. I'd be very surprised if they lifted it. Let me fix this right here. Boom. I'm going to open up the lines here in a minute. I just want to see part of this. California killed a 6-month-old. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Karma. I appreciate you. Hold up.
All rise. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Here.
Alrighty then. I'd like to modify what? What the hell is going on in there?
We are now on the record. This is State versus Brian Koberger, CR 29222805. We're here for a hearing.
He is so odd looking.
It's all this family's motion.
Sorry, you're fine. You can use caps. I don't mind caps. Hold up. I don't like the smirky judge. So you think the judge is smirking? Let's see. Thank you, Mar. He is so odd looking. So what stood out to you guys the most in this hearing in general? Like what stood out the most to you? In my opinion, leave gag order closed, but allow cameras in the courtroom. Again, I want to put this up right here. Everything you hear on my channel and the disclaimer, I always leave at the bottom of the screen. And that is what the was that? Hold up. Okay. Something just weird just happened in here. I'm in the studio and all the lights flicker. That was weird. All right. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Let's put up. Oh, where's it at? Where's my disclaimer? Everything you hear on my channel is allegedly. Point blank, period.
Appeal, amend, and
that was weird as hell, though.
Amended dissemination order that was filed back on February 3rd was delayed because the media sought some relief from the Idaho Supreme Court. There was a delay.
Damn, whole lights just flickered in here.
Find out what the Supreme Court was going to determine. They did. And this morning we have the state represented by Mr. Thompson and Mr. Ludley. Mr. Koberger is in the courtroom, represented by Mr. Taylor.
That shit's crazy.
Mr. Logston, and I believe the there he is.
Let me sit back here, Your Honor.
And I believe some of the family is participating, observing on Zoom.
Thank you, Penrose, on your nose. I appreciate you.
So before we get into the arguments,
He has horrible posture.
I want to address the Gonzalez family and all the families, really. Didn't really have an opportunity to do this.
Appreciate you. These old people, baby.
My heart does go out to the families. And the loss to
anybody who wants to call in. I did open the lines just now. It's 219-885-9693. While I'm playing this, if anybody wants to join in on a conversation and have a conversation, everybody gets 6 minutes. 6 minutes. I have opened the lines right now so people can call in. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. What's your thoughts and opinions on the misinformation in the community? What's your thoughts and opinions on what happened in court? What's your thoughts and opinions on people accusing Brent Kopeka? What's your thoughts and opinions overall? Now, that being said, I want to hear from you. 6 minutes. Everybody gets 6 minutes. You can call in. I appreciate you. You look good, Trev. Right now, I look like Ish. I rolled out of bed. But I appreciate you. Thank you. 956, you're in the mix. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, 956. What's up?
How you doing, Rev?
Yeah, this Rev. You on the line. What's going on? 6 minutes, brother. What's up? Hey, man, you got the floor. 6 minutes.
Mac Pride on the line.
My boy, Matt Pride. How you doing, brother?
Yo, man, I missed you, man. I like how you talking about the real stuff and all this bullshit, man. You keep it real. That's why I love you, man.
Man, fuck these conspiracies, man. I'm over it. I'm over hearing about shit that's people's fantasies of what the way they wanted a murder to happen. Like, that shit's goofy to me, bro.
That's why I stayed away, man. That's why I stayed away, man. I got tired of it. Man. You know what I mean? But I'm refreshed. I'm back in, and I love it, man. I checked back in with you, and what I was thinking, you said it, man.
I appreciate
You're on it, man.
I'm just over it, bro. Like, I'm over it. No doubt, bro. I'm just so over all of these goofy theories that are coming out with zero receipts to them. If it had a receipt to it, I wouldn't mind talking about it. We would spread it like a wildfire. I've looked at all this shit, Mac Pride. I've had it all sent to my email, and none of it makes sense. None of it. There's nothing that shows that it's a fact.
How do you, man? You got that deep stamina, man. Because like I said, I got tired of it. I had to check out. I had to nah, I don't want to deal with none of this. I don't want to hear nothing about this. But I give you all the love in the world and all the respect in the world because, man, you're the only person that really, really said, "Hey, stop it, man. Stop all this BS, all this other shit. Ain't about views, ain't about clicks, about that real stuff, you know."
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. I don't care how many people sit in my live. I don't care. I mean, I'm guaranteed if I mark this Brent Kopeka possible suspect and put a thumbnail up with Brent Kopeka's face and the victims, this, that, and the third, I guarantee it'd be 2,000 people in here right now going crazy, calling up this, that, and the third. I know for a fact that would bring more viewers, but why would I do something that I don't believe in?
Because you know that's not you. You don't like that. You'll never be that. So, nah, but what I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? This, what do you want to hear? What that? Do you want the gag order to be lifted, or what do you think?
I'm with the families on that, and they want the truth to be out. They want the truth to be out so people can stop talking of making up these things. Because with the gag order, it leaves and it's sad that it works that way, but with the gag order, it leaves this room for people to make these crazy videos with all these different claims because the evidence is speculated on for the most part. Yes, we do know there was a sheath at the scene with the suspect's DNA on it, but there's other facts that probably could be shown that would shut a lot of people up on this, building conspiracies.
I believe that, man. And if the family wants that, and I think it should be done because at least we can know the truth, you know what I mean, and stop all this. Oh, I heard this, and I heard that, and we come down to it because even the timeline gets, you know what I mean, all about the PCA, you know what I mean, and all that throws everyone off, and people just think, what can we get from it, That's all we know. And so they speculate and they go off and then they're just killing everyone, man. They're killing all reputation of people, and have no type of, like how you say, no type of respect, man, no type of, enjoyment for life. And so, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've been off. I apologize. I don't know too much, guys. I've been away.
It's good,
I
bro.
don't know what's going.
It's good
You
for you
know,
to take a mental break. I mean, damn, bro, like
it was good.
it takes so much of, especially if you're hearing things that are just wild out the and you heard a lot of that here on this channel where people are just off the wall with these theories, but it's like, man, there's a guy in custody. They're not saying they want other suspects. Why are we even going down these routes?
Nah, man, I checked on you, man. I checked on you, and I saw a little bit about Detective John going off on people, and then I checked on you the next day, and you're what I was thinking. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I don't care what he says. This is my show. This is my thing.
I appreciate you, brother, man. I appreciate no doubt.
Everything I thought you're saying it, man. And so, if you're at a 10 on my respect, man, you're now at a, I don't even know, man. That scale, what I mean, it's too much. So we didn't even go on there. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. That I don't even know what else to how to catch up. What did I miss, or what's good?
I mean, just right now with this, you caught this. I'm sure you've seen this court hearing right here. Did you see it?
Nah, I laughed when I saw the suit.
Hey, Brian.
When I saw him in that suit, I laughed. I gotta go.
I think on October 2nd that I don't even think the trial will take place October 2nd. I think they might continue it.
So
that's just
what do you mean? What's the next move?
Shit. Just they got to go through 51 terabytes of alleged evidence. You know what I mean?
So what's the next move? What happened after this, or what? Like I said, I checked out. I don't know what.
Shit, right at okay. So I mean, October 2nd is the trial date. That's what's happening.
Oh, they said it.
Yeah, they set the trial date for October 2nd. So October 2nd, they have the trial date is supposed to start, but I think they're going to continue it. I just don't see them getting through all these different. I don't see them getting through this shit. You know what I mean? I don't see them getting through this 51 terabytes by then. I think it's going to take them more time.
Man, I'm gonna take something so I can go to sleep and then wake up in 2024.
I'm dead.
I'm gonna wake up in 2024 so I can see what's really going down. 2023 is just like you're just there in limbo, just waiting.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, man. 2024 is the year, man. Bring Trump back.
Yeah, I think he might be coming back. I don't know though. They just indicted him though. That's wild shit.
Hey, he wears indictments like he wears suits, but like it's just a normal fucking thing, man. That's it.
Well, shit, Matt. I appreciate you calling in, brother. It's nice hearing from you again, my man.
Man. Much love and man. So
God bless.
He's a man, boss. He's a man.
I appreciate you, Matt. Shout out to you, my brother.
Right,
God bless you, man. You have a wonderful day. Lock your doors. Stay safe. You know the drill.
One love.
One love. Matt Pride, man. Tiger Woods. 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts? Matt Pride's funny as hell.
Your children is devastating and horrific.
Matt Pride's funny.
Dispute about that. I also want to acknowledge and apologize because at the arraignment, I did.
That's what I'm thinking too. For real.
Kaylee's name and Raymond's name.
A lot to check out.
And I want to explain that. I was up all night.
The lines are open though. If you want to call in 219-885-9693, I will pause this if you call in. So
really ill, probably food poisoning, and I was not at full potential. Probably also some emotion and nerves as I read those names. And I'm sorry. So that's my apology for that. I know some people were concerned about that and I wanted to address it. I also wanted to explain a procedure at the arraignment that apparently drawn from the media that some people were confused when Mr. Koberger declined to enter a plea. And I just wanted to clear that up because I didn't really see any explanation about that in the media. That is Mr. Koberger's right. And under Rule 11A1 of the Idaho Criminal Rules, and this is a quote, if a defendant refuses to plead, the court must direct the entry of a plea of not guilty.
Right.
Not
What's going on, Regina?
But reading the media, it seemed like somewhat mysterious. So I wanted to explain that, particularly to the media. It's a small issue, but it's somewhat.
So I know that this gag order hearing, and then they had the hearing about cameras in the court. What is everybody's thoughts about cameras in the court? I know that most of us are going to say we want cameras to be in the court. Obviously, we want to see this trial, just like we see all these different trials. I talked about it on my last stream. You have all these big name trials. What, Travis Rudolph, you had Young Thug, Gunner, all these different people's trials right on Front Street. People know their whole entire life, but they don't want cameras in Brian Koberger's trial. That doesn't make sense to me. I think that the trial definitely needs to be up, but that's just my opinion on that. Gypsy, you know, forgot. Oh my God. I want to see the trial. Hold on, I seen that. Where's it at? Janet said, I want to see the trial. Let me see. I want to see the trial. I can't follow when I don't see and hear it for myself. I'm sure we'll get audio after if that's the fact, and we'll go through that. We're gonna watch it from start to finish, or listen. Whether if it's audio, we're listening from start to finish. I don't care how long it is. Crocs are safe though. What are we talking about? Cameras in the courtroom, or cameras in the court and no gag order? Johnny G says. Johnny G in the building.
Well, I think that I have an obligation, just as the media has an obligation, to help to educate the public about the processes that we are responsible to follow in the courtroom, and that's important for journalists. That's also important for the citizens. So, if you're curious about that, you can always find the criminal rules on the Idaho Supreme Court website, and it's very, very easy to read them and maybe get a better understanding. All right, so that's my speech for today. Mr. Gray, come on up.
I want to hear from Mr. Gray. The judge will not lift the gap. I don't think he will either.
If you allow me just a minute or two to get sorted out here.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gray.
I proceed, Your Honor.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Gray.
First, Your Honor, we'd like to thank you for apologizing to the victim's family. I think it was an emotional day for them, and they appreciate your apology. I know that they took that hard thought. Thank you. I first want to start with the procedural history of this non-dissemination order, if I could. On January 3rd, 2023, the Judge Marshall submitted a non-dissemination order. And in that order, it applied to parties in the action, which would have been the prosecution, the defense, and any agents, investigators involved in it. After that non-dissemination order was issued, I reached out to the prosecutor's office to see if I could get Judge Marshall's email. For some reason, I don't know if they took it down, but I couldn't find it online. And they informed me that they were not privy to give me that information. Then on January 13th, there was a Zoom call that was requested by Judge Marshall. That Zoom call was requested at 1 o'clock on the 13th. I received an email at 12:58.
Anyone knows if Ford demise is going to bring attention, just want justice to be honest for the victims and the families. That's a fact, Bridget. Shout out to that comment. Susie makes reference to needing to fire him. Hold up. Who needs to fire who? You talking about his lawyer? Is that who you're talking about? Mr. Gray? I don't trust the justice system in all of North America. Just my honest opinion. I respect that, Maldi Mama, 100%. Wait, is he wearing Crocs? How was that? I'm dead. Y'all got me.
We're requesting a Zoom call to speak to all interested parties. The Zoom call occurred at 4 o'clock p.m. During that meeting, the judge reminded us, all the parties involved, it was the prosecution, it was the defense, it was myself, it was the attorneys for the victims' families, the attorneys for the witnesses, I believe were there as well, a number of attorneys, and reminded us that her non-dissemination order mirrored that of Idaho Rules of Professional Conduct 3.6. As part of that hearing, and I think
What's our thoughts on why you think they need a new lawyer? And let me see in the comments. Instead of taking phone calls, should I do an open panel for a little bit? Let's see, maybe an hour or two. Let's see what the chat thinks.
its details here. She talks about the rule applies to all lawyers participating in the Zoom meeting, the state and the defense and all attorneys for the witnesses. When she had that Zoom meeting, and I've requested the transcript from that Zoom meeting and haven't been able to receive it yet from Judge Marshall.
Thank you, Irish Mama. Everybody welcome Irish Mama to the Rev Game family. Oh, and hit. Tony, what's going on? 585, you're live.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Good, man. I got a couple questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
It's not really concerns the gag order. It goes all the way back to the beginning.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm going to give you a little synopsis. If you take away the fact that everybody's being told that Brian had a heroin addiction, that he beat or didn't beat, let's set that off to the side. This man was a top student, a teacher assistant, never been arrested or convicted of a crime ever.
Absolutely. Right? Yes, sir.
We can prove that he was in that area going all the way back to June 2022. There's ample evidence of cell pings, if you want to show, and they have shown, that in fact he frequented that area. Okay? Those two independent pieces of information don't put him in that home. So now go forward to the crime, and they say his cell phone was off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That means you can't prove whether he was in that house or not, right?
Okay.
You can't track his location. So you got an upstanding citizen that beat a heroin problem, that's a teacher's assistant in one of the most complicated courses known to man, this criminal justice nonsense, one of the top courses, and he's getting a PhD in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you're arresting, right?
Mm-hmm.
The DNA that they claim they found on a knife sheath, its correct name is transfer DNA.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, the world is famous for relabeling things. Like now you're unalived. You're not killed. You've been unalived. It's ridiculous.
You're murdered.
Touch DNA is the renaming of transfer DNA.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Many people don't know do you know what transfer DNA is?
Yep.
Okay. So maybe some of the people in the chat room don't.
I know. I had to bring up the definition one day.
Okay. You lose 500 million microscopic cells every day.
Mm-hmm.
5,700 a minute or a second. Those cells, if you sit in my car, my DNA is on you. If you go sit down somewhere else, my DNA is there. That's why they don't use it for prosecutions. Touch DNA has been exclusively used in the defense of convicted people. And here's how it's typically been used. Transfer DNA, because it can be carried by cat. Your DNA can be transferred by a cat, a dog, a bird, your neighbor, your students, your coworkers, the guy at 7-Eleven you just bought a Pepsi from.
Mm-hmm.
Your DNA can be spread around by them people. So when it's been used is when somebody's convicted of murder. And there's actually a case that this actually happened in. Transfer DNA was used to exonerate the man on reasonable doubt. So his conviction was overturned because of this.
Mm-hmm.
They found transfer DNA of an unidentifiable male in multiple places throughout the crime scene. In places you would reasonably expect the murderer to have left DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And because of that, this man's crime was overturned.
Mm-hmm.
So transfer DNA is almost never used in convictions. And factually, the police themselves told the judge not to consider the genealogical DNA when doing this warrant. But here's the catch-22 to that. The genealogical DNA was used to confirm or at least suggest that the transfer DNA on that button came from Brian. So you can't have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
You're writing motions and you're telling the Koberger team they can have none of the DNA information because you're not using it at trial. Well, you used it to get the warrant. So let's look at the warrant. You got an upstanding citizen, good freaking student, teacher's assistant, frequented an area where he lives. You see pictures and videos of him going in and out of stores. Clearly the guy belongs in that area, right? On the night of the murder, you find no indication his cell phone is in that neighborhood. As a matter of fact, his cell phone is unrecognizable by any cell tower for whatever reason. That doesn't immediately mean that he's the killer. You can't place him in that house. There's nothing that places Brian Koberger in that house during the time of the murder. Now, I'm not saying he's innocent.
Mm-hmm.
He could have done this, absolutely.
Right.
But what I am saying is the process under which he was arrested is flawed. You see, they used the touch DNA to go get a warrant. If you took the touch DNA or the transfer DNA, take it out of the warrant, and here's what you're left with. You're left with cell phone pings that can't locate him, and you're left with a blurry car picture that matches 6 different model cars from 5 different manufacturers. As a matter of fact, the Idaho Police Department's Ford Focuses look exactly like a Honda Elantra in a side profile. So does the Sonata. So does a whole bunch of other cars.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even have an identifying license plate. You don't even have an identifying picture. You don't know if there's 1 or 10 people in that car. You have nothing. So you have no cell phone pings. You have no identifiable markers on the car. You have no way to place Brian in the car, in the house, doing those killings. So you relied on the touch DNA to get the warrant. But prior to getting the warrant, in other words, if you take the touch DNA out, let's just do that. You tell me, if I came to you and I said, you know, I got cell phone pings of this particular guy that owns a white car, but they're not there the night of the murder, and I got a blurry picture of a car leaving the scene. Can I have a warrant to arrest that guy? What do you suppose a judge would say?
I have no idea. What's he going to say? You tell us.
He should say no. You know, they should have brought Brian Koberger in for questioning. They should have went and swabbed his door handles or went to his school, swabbed his desk. There were a million ways to get this kid's DNA under a normal investigation without a warrant.
Yeah, but that DNA on the teeth is enough to hold any one of us in the USA and inside of.
No, it's not. It's transfer DNA.
It's enough.
I'm telling you.
You say it's not, but he's arrested. That's what he's in jail for.
And what I'm saying to you is that he was improperly arrested based on that. He should never have been charged without more evidence.
Arrested, bro. There's no way he'd be out of jail right now if he was improperly arrested.
No, I don't think he would be out of jail right now. I don't think the government, when they screw up, ever admits to screwing up. I don't care if it's a presidential election.
I respect your opinion, though. I respect your opinion and your take on it, though, 100%. But he's definitely in jail for a reason.
Well, there's a lot of wrongfully arrested people, right? I mean, that does happen.
I agree with you 100%.
And the idea that you would then go after the guy's father's trash instead of actually going to Brian Koberger and interviewing him. Maybe. Because if you forget the DNA, which the courts, the prosecutors already are admitting to us.
Allegedly, there's a 15-minute interview with him.
But there's okay, but we don't know what was said, right? So we can only go on the information we have. We don't know. He's clearly not admitted to any crime. He stood silent, and what that tells me is he's saying this: I don't belong here. I'm not going to respond to your accusation because I didn't do anything, and I'm not going to say I'm innocent or guilty because I didn't do anything. I shouldn't be here. That's kind of what I see there.
Yeah, I mean, he's there. He's there for a reason, and trust me, he ain't just be. I mean, yeah, there is innocent people. There's been plenty of innocent people. There's been people that've been exonerated, etc. But he's in jail for a reason. There's enough to hold me, you, and anyone in this chat in prison, right, or in jail right now to face a trial with what they have against Koberger. And that's a fact.
What do they have against? What do they have?
A knife sheath and those pangs. The knife sheath and those pangs is enough to hold him, you, me, anyone in this chat in jail right now.
The knife sheath and what else?
pings his vehicle allegedly on cameras, which we don't know about what other cameras, but we know one of them is that gas station.
How do you know that's his car? Can you tell me how you know that's his
I have no idea, but I appreciate you calling in, brother. I got to give other people some time. I appreciate you. If you want to call back, go ahead. We can keep chopping it up all day. I love it. I appreciate you calling in, Tony. Shout out to you. Where you calling in from? Canada?
I'm not calling from New York.
You got that Canada. You got that Canada accent, bro. I thought you were.
I live close to Canada.
I know you called in before. I don't know why it comes in Tony the Roofer.
No. I've never called your show before.
It comes in as Tony the Roofer. Why? That's crazy. That's crazy. My man's a roofer. I might need you to come do my roof, bro.
Okay, cool.
Seriously, you do roofs?
Yeah, I'd rather not get into all my personal information. I mean, I'm not actually out here streaming, but
nah, not on stream. I holler at you, bro. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you.
All right, bro.
God bless you. Shout out to him. 219-885-9693. Come do my roof. You know what I mean? People act like we know all of it. Hey, I respect what he's saying, though. You know what I mean? I respect what he's saying, but there's just so much more to this story that we do not know. Shout out to him for calling in, though. Respectfully disagree. With all due respect, this caller is not as smart as he thinks. Hey, people just, talking shit. 832. What's going on? You're live.
Yo, Rev, it's Sonny from the H.
Sonny from the H, man. What's going on? 6 minutes. The floor is yours. What's up?
Bro, that previous caller was hilarious.
Hey, man, people got their thoughts and opinions. I get it. I mean, he has the argument that he's bringing up is, could be answered with that evidence that they have in his fucking 51 terabytes. Or,
yeah, what I think people are forgetting that they say in the probable cause affidavit that they see his car leaving WSU. And they're tracking it, they're pinging it, and they're seeing it on multiple street cameras of it leaving WSU, going to Idaho, and then around 5 o'clock they see it again re-entering WSU. Right? That's, if I present that to any judge, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I can see, and then wait, his phone goes off. What normal killers do, they shut their phone off. There's no reason why you would shut your phone off,
Right.
That just makes you look even more suspicious. For example, I went out with some friends. One of my friends has a girlfriend. We're going to the strip club. He turns his phone on to airplane mode so it can't be located on Find Me. Now, let's say the next morning his girlfriend notices that his phone was off. He's going to be caught up in a lie, It's the same situation. There's no reason why his phone should have been off at the time where he's leaving WSU, driving to Idaho, and back.
Right.
That right there thing, that's as probable cause as it could get. And then on top of that, you have possible accounts linked to him talking about his mental disorders and whatnot from a very young age. I'm not saying oh, that should be a factor of guilt, but obviously he seems troubled, right?
I mean, from the stuff we hear and see, but I want to know the whole story.
Yeah, and this story, this trial is gonna be big, and I don't know, I don't think he'll walk. And if he wasn't guilty, they said this man cleaned out his car with bleach, and he was taking out trash to the neighbors' trashes and stuff like that. I mean, that's just all sketchy kind of behavior. Like, you don't normally do that unless you're trying to hide something from the police or your parents. Because I've had friends who like drink and they don't want to, throw the cans away in their trash cans, so they run over to the neighbors and whatnot. But who knows what was collected in the trash that they said was spotted, where they said they spotted him dropping trash off. That could be a truckload of evidence right there.
Mm.
And then like he's walking in all these grocery stores with gloves on, which has been reported. Like, nobody, COVID has been, like, the scare of COVID is long gone, Like, I don't know. His entire behavior is just reads guilty, because, man, if I was innocent and I had a court, like, appearance like that, I'd be like, man, I ain't do this shit. Like, y'all got me fucked up,
Absolutely.
Like, and then on top of all that, he said, am I the only one who got arrested? Come on now. Like, he got arrested for a reason. The government ain't paying for a free helicopter ride across the country to read this man his charges, Like, hell no. But yeah, there's a YouTube channel who like spreads that information about the cartel and shit. Like, man, his channel is fucking ridiculous, bro.
Oh my God!
Like, I'll even shout it out. His name is Harsh Reality or some shit, talking about the cartel, and he's like uploading these videos talking about, good morning, everybody. Is the cartel involved? Well, we just found out that Madison's mom pled guilty to something. And I'm like, bro, get the fuck up out of here, bro.
Mac Pride. Crazy. Mac Pride.
Like,
go ahead. You're good. Keep going.
Damn, my boy. No, I'm playing.
Mac Pride said I was looking like a 1993 Dallas Cowboy cameraman. I'm over here dying, bro. Boy, Mac Pride's funny, man.
Yo, those running shades, I agree.
Shit, these Oakleys, baby.
Shoot.
Oakley life. I believe the police has so much more. I appreciate you calling in, my boy from the H.
Yes, sir, bro. Hey, you take it easy, man.
God bless you, brother. Hey, if you want to call back, you can. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you in the H. What's your name again?
Sonny.
I need your last name so I can dox you live.
Damn, dog.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing, bro.
Hey, you had me feeling like Tony the Roofer for a second.
Like Tony the Roof, like that's doxing somebody. So anybody could be. You know how many Tony the Roofers there are in America?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo, Tony the Roofer, man, that shit is probably the name of 100 businesses.
Ain't no doubt. No doubt.
Tony the Plumber.
It ain't even a business, But I appreciate you calling in, my boy. Shout out to Sonny from the H. God bless you, brother.
You can't forget Tony the Mechanic.
Tony the Mechanic.
All right, my boy.
All right, my boy. I'll holler at you. Shout out to Tony the Mechanic, 219-885-9693. What's up? We don't know if he really said that. Exactly. That's another thing. It was reported because Brian Enton reported that. Jessica Dean. Shout out to you, Jessica Dean. I appreciate you coming by. Let's see. Rap gonna bust out. Bust out a 1990 starter jacket. I'm dead. Thank you, Arius. I appreciate you.
So we could have a full transcript of what went on that day. But as part of that meeting, I had questioned Judge Marshall regarding the victim's family and whether or not they were allowed to speak to the media based on the fact that she had said all interested parties as well in the initial non-dissemination order. I didn't receive any clarification. I was just instructed to go back to Idaho Rules of Professional Conduct 3.6, as well as I was told, and this is in quotes from her Zoom release, take their duties in utmost regard and conducting themselves in
That called in already, Papa Sal. But anybody who wants to call in, the lines are open. It's 219-885-9693. Every time somebody calls in, I will pause this video.
advising their clients. I took that as I should tell my clients to be quiet. She reiterated that again in the Zoom call by saying that I had ethical duties abstract above and the Idaho Rules of Professional Conduct for commentary of Rule 3.6.
908, never too late. What's going on? You're live.
Hey T, it's Chris. How
Man,
are you, buddy?
I'm good, my brother. How about you? 6 minutes, the floor is yours. Run it.
Hey, we got the return of the Mac, man. Mike Morrison. Awesome.
Yeah, brother. So what's up, man? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I'm watching this with the trial and everything here, with gag order and everything. I wish that someone would do something for the victims and the victims' families,
Absolutely.
It seems like one-sided, everything. Why not, when are you going to give the families and the victims can't speak for themselves anymore? So, what's the deal? Try to be a little more transparent and open. God, these victims and their families, and they can't even speak for themselves. It seems like one-sided. The whole thing going on. It seems very one-sided.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying. I want to give the victims. The victims need a voice, man. They need a voice, and sticking to the facts in this case is the voice they need. In my opinion.
Yeah. When are you going to do something for them? Come on. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Everything going on with this is crazy. With the cameras and they won't let the cameras in the courtroom. They got the gag order and everything they asked for. Aunt Taylor must have a lot of pull over there. I'll tell you that. And the judge, he's saying, well, and now all of a sudden, because I watched the court TV after your show came on later on.
Mm-hmm.
But, the other thing too, with the cameras in the courtroom, what are you going to get? You're going to get secondhand information. So you're going to get all these big media companies, all the big boys from around the world. They're going to be coming from everywhere, Japan, Australia, whatever. And, CNN, Fox, all that stuff. They got the big clout and everything. And then they're going to be in the courtroom, and then they're going to give you their perception what happened, like during the court trial. Why not see it live and see it right from their mouth and what's going on live,
Exactly. So nobody could be like, well, this happened and there's there's record of it.
And wouldn't that be considered misinformation too? Like you get secondhand. Like I sat in the courtroom, but I'm writing up what I saw, what I think, but the public can't see that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't. It's crazy, man. What's going on? I think they just need to give the victims a little. Give them a little something back. I heard the thing with what they did with the parents of the victims there. They gave them a case number on a piece of paper and said, well, we'll call you in a couple of days, but you want to call in and find out. Wouldn't you send somebody over to the house, or somebody say, look, we're looking into this. We're going to find justice for your daughter, your son, whatever, and then say, hey, we'll be in touch with you. We'll give you, what information we can for now. And, if you have anything to add, but they throw them a case number and then, almost like throwing the families under the bus here. Come on,
It's insane.
And then I see, I put on this morning before you came on, I see somebody on there talking about cartels and stuff again. I don't even want to get into that anymore. It's bullshit.
We had that discussion here about friggin' cartels, this, that, and the third, back in the early stages before suspects played out there. The cartel would not kill 4 people and leave 2. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to anybody who thinks that, but the cartel will not kill 4 people and then leave 2 in the house. Especially
No.
when somebody see, they're clearing the whole house out.
No, they're not leaving no trace, And, we got the footage there too. Even with the kids, with the footage at the house, they had the backpacks and they're opening. Remember they had the White Claws in there,
Mm-hmm.
and the cops were dumping their beers out and whatnot.
Right.
And all them backpacks, all that shit. Wouldn't you think there'd be a little baggie or something in there? Oh, the cops would have it right on the hood of the car, testing it, pull out the test kits right away, and you'd see nothing to say it was some kind of big drug thing,
Right.
Just, I don't know. It just makes me sick to my stomach to think these poor people are considered drug dealers, drug addicts. I don't know. Whatever. People are going to say what they're going to say, and you got to respect everyone's opinions, but sometimes it's just way off the mark. I don't know. Don't make sense to me, brother.
It definitely doesn't.
So anyway, I'll let you go. I'll be listening to the show, and I enjoy the show and the people calling in. So
I appreciate you calling in, my brother. God bless you. Lock your doors. You know the drill. I appreciate you having a voice in the community, calling up. And I mean, this is probably the 5th or 10th time you called, something in that range, right? I mean, you call in and talk to me damn near every live I have called. So I appreciate you calling in and bringing up your thoughts and opinions and sharing them with us and everybody who's in here. My bad about my alarm going off, but I appreciate you calling in, my brother. I hope you have a blessed day.
you too, T, man. Take care. Take care of yourself.
You
Take
too,
care.
my man. 219-885-9693. What's up? Who's the attorney next to Bill?
And she reminded me later that lawyers have a responsibility in giving advice to their clients. I disagreed with Judge Marshall on almost every point during that meeting. As well as if I had known that we were going to be discussing the Idaho rules of professional conduct.
757 sent from heaven. What's going on, Donna? You're live, 6 minutes. The floor is yours. What do you want to say?
How you doing, Trev?
I'm hanging in there.
I just had a question. I guess I'm curious, why did they switch judges from the original judge who made all of these decisions? Do you know?
I mean, that's a good question that I don't have the answer to, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I find it, I mean, they place this guy, the first hearing, he seemed like he was just lost in his paperwork. I don't even think he knew what the hell he was doing, and that just showed by the mistake he made by mispronouncing the kids' names and just all that stuff. But I was just kind of curious why the female judge that was originally making these decisions, why they moved her and brought this guy in. And I'm gonna commend you, T-REV, about, I'll be the first to say I've made accusations that I shouldn't have made.
So have I.
Because, I'm going along with the flow. It's seeming right. At the time that, I've talked about, Brian, the other Brian, I can never pronounce his last name, but, he was killed, and that's tragic to his family. He's got a family. He's just not a loner in this world. And, but I got on that bandwagon, and I've got on many bandwagons, as many of us have, especially in the very beginning. And I agree with you. There was times where I totally neglected to think about the family, because in my mind, I never thought that the family was on here, and not that it really mattered, because it's just common courtesy and respect to just assume that we should assume that they are watching every show, whether we know they're there or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because the things that come out of our mouths, you know, can be detrimental to people that are suffering. You know, these people aren't just mourning, and they're just not grieving. They're suffering over the loss of these kids.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I apologize to the families of anyone that's ever heard me speak on here. And, you know, I just want to commend you for coming out and, you know, addressing some of these channels. Because I know at night or even during the day when I'm going through different things in YouTube, I see the thumbnails and I see the topics and stuff, and I'm like, you know, it's just like a 3-ring circus,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's just this channel right here. For me, it's number 1, home to me. Number 2, I have a family here, and I love you guys.
We love you too, Donna.
And I also think that, you know, the things that I just think we have to be aware as people to first find consideration and really think about any harm that our words will cause before even speaking them, you know. And you addressing that this morning was so, it was a pivotal moment for me as a follower of your channel, because it just shows me that, you know, you're not just about, you know, notoriety on here, and you're not about, you know, all the accolades and all that crap. You genuinely care about these people. You genuinely care about their families. You genuinely care about your followers, you know, and you're quick to tell people to get the fuck off the channel if they don't, you know, if they don't do, or you know, if they're bringing in a bunch of bullshit or trying to cause trouble. And I commend you for that. I really do. And I admire, you know, the dedication you have to trying to make your channel the best channel you can possibly make it. And that's what I wanted to tell you. And if anybody knows about the judge, you know, let me know.
It's a higher ranking judge. I've seen a couple people say it's a higher ranking judge than that other judge, but
is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't catch that, so I was just curious.
But to respond back to what we're just saying about, as far as like it's there's been so much misinformation, and to be honest with you, after looking around and seeing all these videos and things and going back and listening to calls and videos I've made and things and topics that I covered, etc., you know, a lot of it was bullshit. Like, I should have never even entertained these theories that have zero receipt to it. I mean, all it does is smash the reputation of a person who is not tied to the case. There's no proof of this person being tied to the case. The allegations towards this person, there's no receipts to lead that there's fact behind it. You know, there is a suspect in custody. They're not saying they're looking for other people at all or anything like that. There is things in this case that I question, as far as the roommates, big time, with you know, coming face to face, etc. I mention that all the time, and that's my number one thing that I question, and we'll get those answers when the trial comes, hopefully. But I mean, to be irresponsible and to go out here and to create all these different narratives that have no fact to it, I mean, it makes a good show for YouTube and people to click on and to write in the comments, oh, I think, you know, Brent was involved. I mean, he was in the Army and he's got K-bar knives on his wall, this, that, and the third. But there's no receipt to him being involved in this crime. There's where is it? Where's the receipt? Where's the DNA? Where's anything that shows that he was? That's why we got to. I feel like on my channel, anyways, I'm stopping entertaining any of that bullshit, because it's disrespectful to do that, and I've been disrespectful, and I can stand on that. And I can own that shit. I've been disrespectful. I entertain these theories. I've read these things. I've talked about it. I've had topics of discussion, and I own that. And I can get stomped on all day for that, and I'll accept it. But comes a time and a point where you got to stick to the facts around the case. Okay, if you want to talk about what's written on black and white, we can't. You know, let's not be irresponsible like mainstream media. Also, because they're very irresponsible with naming a bunch of things that they hear and saying, well, you know, unnamed or unknown source and this, that, and the third without
and I think that's
source
really
and receipt.
important that you just said that, because this gag order, that right there, it's not so much the family and the lawyers, it's the media. Because I think for this trial, you know, everybody says, well, this trial has been seen on TV, and that's fine. Let's bring the cameras in. But up until you get ready to go to trial, you know, you have to remember the media is a machine. It is not, you know, media from 1970 where they just went and got the truth and, you know, put it out there. Our media these days, it's a breathing machine, and it's got to be fed. And the thing is, you know, they're going to take things and they're going to twist them, and they're going to try to make things look as if they are a certain way when they're really not. And I'm going to say it like this. I can go back to when we first got into this case. And I can honestly say, with all the conspiracies, this is before Brian got arrested. And I don't know if you felt this way as a person that deals with anxieties and stuff. I can tell you, hearing all the conspiracy theories and all of this one and that one and, you know, the truck and the white car and blah, 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 blah. I was just stressed. I felt so stressed by the end of the show that I couldn't think straight, because it was so much stuff and so much, I don't want to call it crap, because at the time it was legitimate. We were talking about something that was legitimate, but there were so many things being like and I think that's what happens here with these, you know, and like I said, I've done it myself. You know, I'm just sometimes I think I pull things out my ass because I think about it and I share it, you know, instead of really looking at it and thinking, is this real? You know, is this something that I should even talk about?
Right.
But I just remember the earlier days when it was just so it felt stressful. And I know you felt it because there was a time when you had to take a little time off just to get it together, you know, just kind of just decompress.
Right.
You know?
No doubt. I appreciate you calling in, Dom. I'm gonna get some more people to call.
Buzzer.
It's okay. You're fine. You're fine. I appreciate you, and we love you too. And I hear you, and I know everybody else in chat hears you. I can see them commending you. I appreciate the love and respect as well, and vice versa. You deserve the same, and I appreciate you having a voice in the community and sharing your thoughts and opinions on my show in general. Love you, Donna. God bless you, and I hope to hear from you again. I may hear from you again on the show. Who knows?
Yeah. Love you too, brother.
Thank you, Donna. Shout out to Donna. Everybody give Donna a round of applause.
On that issue, I would have prepared, but only having a 3-hour notice to allow me, and not knowing what the subject of the meeting was going to be, didn't allow me to address those issues at that time. Now, after the non-dissemination order in January 3rd, and then the January 13th, 2023 meeting, the judge...
Here we go. 504, you're in the door. What's going on? 6 minutes. The floor is yours.
It's Little League Day, bro. What's up?
How's it going, my man?
I'm good. I just, I'm going to be brief, like really brief about the whole cartel thing. If anybody thinks cartel had something to do with this, you're out of your rabbit ass mind. Like we said, I mean, you mentioned it a minute ago. We mentioned it at the very beginning of this. The cartel's not leaving a single witness in the vicinity. that's just not how the cartel is gonna roll with it. You know what I mean?
They wipe that whole damn house out front. They would empty the whole entire
They're
house.
gonna wipe the neighbor's house out too. I mean, you know what I mean? They're not leaving a single witness to implicate nobody in this. You know what I mean? So that guy on that other channel that's rolling with that shit, I'm sorry, your mama should have aborted you. You know what I mean? But that's all I wanted to say, bro. I'm over here watching this shit, and I'm like, dude, like, how is it possible for someone to be that ignorant, dude? Like, I mean, that just shows you nobody's ever really gotten out into the world, and they're gonna roll with whatever they feel they want to roll with. But they just, it's weird. That's all I wanted to say, bro. I'm over here watching.
No doubt, my boy. I appreciate it.
I got my gavel, dude, and I'm beating the hell out the table with the gavel. I'm like, objection.
I'm glad.
All right, my boy.
All right, my boy. I appreciate you, Osmic. Shout out to Osmic. I appreciate you calling in.
Appreciate, bro.
No doubt.
Ain't no problem, man. I'll let you.
We'll do a panel again soon. People will hate that shit. They hate Osmic. The panel hates Osmic, but we're gonna have an open panel again soon, where we talk about the facts in this, because I want to enjoy talking about this with you guys, but I no longer want to be a part of the irresponsibleness of this of the shit that you guys see on YouTube. You guys may see all these other different things on these other channels, but it's time to restore an order around here and stick to facts. Simple as that. And I don't care. As many people that can hate me for it and unsubscribe and leave, fine. I don't care. I'd rather decline than go up for something I don't believe in. I don't want to go up and grow because I want to make a video on what people are sending me of their thoughts of something that I don't believe. If I don't believe it, I'm not putting it on my channel. If I don't think about it or contemplate or speculate on it, I'm not about to entertain it. And that's just me. That's just me. If you want to call up and talk about something, cool. But we got to keep it level-headed around here.
Amended the non-dissemination order on January 18th.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you for supporting the channel in general. Regina, Irish Mama, Aries, Athena, Alice, Gold Girl, Athena Pink. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Maldi Mama, CKI, Karma. Thank you guys. I love you. And everybody that's here in general. 423, you're on with me. What's going on? You got what's going on?
Same old things. First of all, I'm so happy I caught you today. I've not got to talk to you forever. And I agree with everything that you say. You know, in time, we're going to know more than we really want to know about all this. But if the people that love them and their relatives can be so patient, you know, then so can we. But, you know, to find out the truth. But what I was wanting to ask is, okay, you know how they say that these, I don't know, you know, everybody's got these labels, but these people that are just born without any kind of emotion, they have no feelings. Like he said he could hug his mom and dad and he wouldn't feel nothing, but he just always felt just empty. He could feel nothing. But then they say they get a thrill out of killing, so they feel that. And they'll even say things so they can feel it again, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
I just, you know, like, if that's the only thing I could feel, that's pretty bad. It's kind of confusing to me, you know, about their minds and their not being able to feel, but yet they can do something really, really bad and they can feel that. It just sounds like someone that's possessed or something, don't it?
Yeah, it's somebody who just don't have any feel, you know, they don't know. Like, I don't know, me and you may watch a movie and feel the emotion that's being displayed in front of us and we cry. And then on the other hand, you may have somebody who can't feel emotion and can't feel anything. And they just don't feel nothing. They're misplaced in this world. They have no feeling to emotion, or they don't know what love is. They don't know what that means in general. And there's a word for that, and people know what it is. We talked about it plenty of times.
Right. I know sometimes I'm like, how many more times in this lifetime am I going to hurt this bad? Like, I lose a loved one or my dog would, died. And well, I've lost several over the years, and it's always painful. But I would rather be able to feel that, like you said. I mean, my heart goes out to everybody and everything, and I don't really know how to hate. And when people do things to me, I'm forgiving them as they do it. And it's just the way God made me. But I just, I wondered, is that the only thing that these people can feel is when they're doing something that horrible? But anyway, thank you for your time. And you're the best. I still say you're number one.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Where are you calling in from again?
I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Tennessee in the building. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words, and I appreciate you calling up and having a voice in the community. Lock your doors and stay safe, and hopefully I hear from you again.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless you too, man. To her.
And she basically repeated the same order, except for she added the attorneys for any interested party in this case, including attorneys representing witnesses.
Psychopaths, there's a bunch of different, you can break down definitions in a bunch of different ways. Dude, some of this chat is rude. I see people trying to cause it right. What's rude in chat? Tell me what's rude in chat. Because I see people talking about mods, this, that, and the third. But let's go over this though. Since I see people saying stuff about chat. Appreciate you, James. I'll help you with a tip or two. Hannah, it's in ZAR, not USD though. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. Shout out to James. He's been rocking with me for months, 6 months, maybe longer. Shit, I know you've been here for a while, brother. I appreciate you. Shout out to James. Shout out to James. I appreciate you. I believe the word is evil. We are looking for is it evil? Shout out. It's cool to see that there's a lot of supporters from different parts of the country. I think that's neat. The gag adds to the conspiracy theories and adds to speculation and allows people to run away from the truth than toward run away from the truth rather than toward it. Okay, I got you. It does nothing to help with getting a fair trial or jury. That's true too. Texas Angel James, thank you for your support. Angelic Darkness, thank you from Hannah. We all can be broke at times, girl. Much love to you and Trev and the fam. Thank you. I appreciate you, Angelic Darkness. We got a super chat. Oh my god. Let's get a super chat train going, guys. I'm just playing. Chill. Thank you guys for the love and support, though. I do appreciate you. I seen people crying. T-REV never acknowledges his super chats. When do I ever beg for a fucking super chat? Get the fuck out of here. We don't beg for super chats around here. If people want to show love, we let them show love naturally. They know where to show love at. There's no reason for me to guide them to my tip jar or to guide them to my Cash App or my PayPal. They know how to donate to the channel if they want to show support to what I do. There's no need for me to get up here and beg. There's no need for it. Period. I think it's corny. That's just me, though. I say that a lot, but it is what it is. People who want to show love naturally. There's no reason. I did it before. I remember when I came on YouTube, I was like, man, I'm gonna try to let me go on here and post my Cash App and act like you know what I mean? Like fuck that. It looks goofy when I look back at it. I feel embarrassed. I'm like, I really did this type of shit. It's disgusting. When you get older, you start to, you start to wake up a little bit.
Families, as well as parties to the above entitled action. So you can see the difference is that the first one dealt with parties to the case. The second one went way over the top, addressing all attorneys that might be associated with the case or any attorneys that might have an interested party in this case. So that's where we are today. I filed a motion based on that additional language. Now, I'd like to get into some of the issues here. It's very clear that I am not a party to the case and the victims' families are not a party to the case. That's very clear through all of the case law, as well as.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes.
There's no dispute about that.
Okay. Then
your clients are not parties. The only parties.
Hold up, guys. Make sure you send in a sticker. Make sure you guys keep this super chat train going, please. You know, we want to raise as much money as we possibly can in here. Make sure you hit the Cash App. Make sure you hit the PayPal. We got a super chat. Hold up 1 second. Thank you. Let me get up and do my super chat dance. I'm just playing. Fuck that. Stop begging for money. You might as well go hold a bucket. If I wanted to beg for money, I'd go hold a bucket on the fucking corner.
In this case.
Use my language for everybody. I know there's some people that doesn't like spicy language in here, but you know, I apologize for that.
State and Mr. Klobuchar. That's clear. That's clear in the case law with regard to any victims or victims' families. There are constitutional protections and statutory protections for victims and their families.
Thank you, Mama. I love you.
That's well established.
So let's get into the actual non-dissemination order itself, how it addresses to me personally as the attorney for the victim's family. This non-dissemination order, of all of the cases and all of the motions that were filed, and referencing every case that was listed in this case, none of them apply to a victim's attorney, an attorney representing the victims.
Thank you, Dad.
The Idaho v. TAP case was an attorney speaking about a judge who he was in front of. The Good case was a defense attorney that spoke to the media. The Mezerov case was a defense attorney and a prosecutor. The Morrissey case was a defense attorney and a press conference. Varner versus Delahunty was an attorney and a judge, all parties to the case. Cutler was a defense attorney, U.S. v. Cutler.
I'm dead.
Zhao versus Slop was a defense attorney. Irwin versus Dowd were the prosecutor's actions. Speaking to the media. Shepard v. Marshall, Maxwell is a trial publicity regarding the prosecutor's actions prior to trial. None of those things apply to the victim's family or the victim's attorney in any way. Now,
being interrupted. Fuckity fuck. 956, you're in the mix. What's going on? You're live.
Hey there. How you doing tonight?
What's going on, man?
I just want to call in and say that you're doing a great job, but other than that, like, before we go there, get a like and subscribe, and, get 1,000 likes, because, we're doing a great job today.
Who is this on? Is this Daniel?
Yeah, so I had Kim K on the other line, and so I vetted it real good, and I checked it out, and I checked it on Facebook, and did a little Instagram check on it, and so she's legit, so. And then I had TNT on it, so please, but before we go on and continue, please hit that like and subscribe. Let's get it up real quick, and what do you say, Red? What do you mean, Red? Talk about something though?
Oh man, I'm dead.
How y'all doing tonight? Everything real good? Did y'all see did you see my Mustang that I posted on Facebook? It's real. I went and got a little Whataburger on that, a little shake, what I mean, for Big Blue, so he knows that Dr. Pepper shake,
The pepper shake. What year's the Mustang?
Oh, it's a 2022, buddy. Come on, my so I don't ask for anything like that, but every 5 minutes I ask for a like and a subscribe, but it doesn't mean anything,
I'm dead. Who's on the line again? What's your name?
Daniel, buddy, you know me. I got about like 15,000, 16,000 subscribers, man. Come on, you know me.
Oh my God!
My man's crazy. My man's crazy. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Dave. You know, keep working hard, man. You got it on lock. No doubt, bro.
Was it good or no, man? It was all right.
It's that, you know, little
4.5.
I give you a 9.5 man, out of 10. You know,
9.5. Shit, I was thinking like a 4.
9.5 out of 10. I appreciate you, bro. I'll let you. All right.
All right.
Shout out to my man. 509, what's going on? You're live.
Hi. I just have I watched a little bit of the court thing, and when the judge mentioned that this is a death penalty, Kohlberger had absolutely no emotion to that. And you know, if I go to court over a stupid little traffic ticket or anything, I'm just like emotions are all over my face, and I'm pleading for mercy and everything else. He is so cold-blooded. It's sad. I just couldn't believe he just sat there like nothing when they said that.
I think they really are going to go for a death penalty. I think they will.
Yeah, he's not right. That's for sure.
I think they.
But I just thought, I noticed that, and I would just be melting to the floor, begging for mercy or whatever. If they even mentioned death penalty, if they mentioned jail, for me, I was just, and he just nothing.
I just don't. All right. So my thing with the death penalty is, I don't know if they're waiting. I know what I read was that they're meeting with the families to decide to see if they want to push forward with the death penalty, but I don't think all the families are on board. But maybe I could be wrong, but I think there might be a family that's not on board, or maybe don't believe in the death penalty from what I was reading. Now, the article that I read could be bullshit, which is, I don't know what the media these days, so I'm 50-50 whether I believe it or not. But what I was reading is that possibly one of the families weren't on board with the death penalty. So I'm interested to see how that plays out.
Because maybe they think he'd be getting out too easy then if he was on the,
Right.
I don't know.
I have no idea, to be honest with you. It's just, I want to see how I think that he should, if they have the efficient amount of evidence against him, he should definitely face the death penalty.
Oh yeah.
I think he should definitely.
He's going to be in prison for a while before that even happens anyway. They're not going to just take him from the court and do away with him like the olden days.
We'll see how they do it. I'm interested to see how they do it. I think that, like I said, if they have enough evidence, concrete smoking gun evidence, then yeah, put him against the death penalty. But if they don't have enough, then he's got to. I don't think they should. If they didn't have enough evidence that points at 100% would have a jury, leaning back and forth, I wouldn't put him against the death penalty. I'd put
it. So they.
I mean, though, it's touchy when it comes to the death penalty, because there's a lot of people out there that don't believe in the death penalty. Believe it or not, there's whole organizations built around standing against the death penalty in several different states.
Well, probably because so many wrongful deaths that happen.
And that
could be one reason.
One of the main reasons. I've seen, what show was it? I'm trying to remember. I just watched it recently. I can't remember what show it was, but it was on Netflix. And it was, what the hell? It was a case in Texas where somebody was going up against the death penalty and they were fighting.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I can't remember which one it was because I watched so much true crime that I forget.
Yeah, I did too.
when it comes to a lot of the cases, but there definitely is organizations built around stopping the death penalty and fighting against it. Who's this?
Okay, well, that's all I had to say is how cold-blooded, you know. He just no emotion. I've never seen anyone like that.
Fight. I mean, some people are like that, though. Some people are born in this world with no emotion. Do I know that's Koberger? I don't know, because I don't know Koberger as a person. We all know Koberger from just him being picked up on this arrest and hearing different rumors and things that were brought out by friends or people that knew him. And you have all different types of opinions out there, things that he wrote, surveys, etc. So people are trying to put together the puzzle about who Brian Christopher Koberger is, and nobody really knows exactly who he is as a person because we're hearing from third parties. So it's like
even the rumors,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, the rumors even going around that his own family thinks he's guilty.
Absolutely, I've seen that. It was on Dateline too.
So if your own family thinks you're guilty, then you must be a weirdo, apparently.
Yeah, I haven't seen like his sister come out, or because people say it's his sister. I haven't seen her come out and say anything like that. So to me, it's hearsay. Even with media and all different types of people claiming that, it's hearsay until I actually hear her come out and say that shit.
Yeah.
But now I don't know. That's just my thoughts on that angle. There's so much misinformation, I hate it. I hate misinformation.
It is.
I want facts.
Yeah.
But thank you for calling in. I appreciate you. Where are you calling in from?
Okay. Washington State.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to you in Washington. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for voicing your opinion. Thank you for having a voice in the community. God bless you, man. Lock your doors. Stay safe. Stay vigilant, because there is evil out here on the prowl and people waiting to take anyone down that have no emotions, like me and you were just talking about.
Okay. Thank you.
Stay safe. Seriously. Stay safe. God bless her. I appreciate her calling in. 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts, your opinion? Do you think that, now she got me thinking in general with this death penalty, right? Do we think that they're going to death penalty? I think if they have that concrete evidence, I think they're shooting for the death penalty. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get the death penalty, but will definitely be tried. 951. I hope you don't got a gun. What's going on? You're live, mother.
My brother.
What's going on, pal?
Are you practicing in the mirror?
You got 6 minutes. You're on the phone here with Papa Sal. I want you to
I got as much minutes as I want to fucking take. How about that?
You got 6 fucking minutes, pal. I want to hear your thoughts on the case and what's going on and what, you New Yorkers think about this stuff,
we knew it from the beginning that we're going to spit shine this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Dress him up in a suit, gel in his hair, the whole fucking thing. And the other night, when I watched it, I didn't watch it all day when it first came out. I waited for it at night, right before I took the old sleeping pills,
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at him and like, wow, look at this fucking guy. First of all, he looks like an Undertaker from the Addams Family. Now, I shouldn't talk because I probably look like I need an Undertaker, but I was just surprised. I can't help it. I can't fucking help it. And I've said this before. He doesn't look, to me, he looks scared. To me, he looks just like some fucking college professor. He does.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those fucking mug shots with the black eyes and shit, I don't know, this guy, there's something there. Do I believe he did it? Absolutely. Do I believe he could snap and that dumb look on his face would change when he does snap? Absolutely. Look at fucking Bundy. He went up there like a clown, laughing and shit, putting his leg up on the thing. And he was the one that fucking did it, you know? So I definitely believe he did it. But you know what, T? Let me just throw this at you. While I was watching him the first night in his black suit where I thought he looked like a professor, I said, well, you know, he kind of was a law, crime. He was teaching this stuff, right? He was teaching this stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Are you listening to me? Or do I have to fucking send you back to the dentist?
Man, I give you 6 minutes and I keep my mouth shut. You're bringing me into the conversation.
If I'm asking you a question, answer the fucking question.
I thought you were still talking. Go ahead, buddy, pal.
Listen, pal. No, so I said, you know, he was teaching this law shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what if, now this is, I'm just throwing this shit out. What if, while he would, look, how do you train a firefighter to put out fires? You have to create a fire. Let them train to put out the fire. Same thing with the cops. They got to train. Well, teaching law and crime, he had to throw out these questions on that survey. What would you do? How would you do it? Would you walk? Would you take a car? What if, and this was all before we knew what was going on, right? What if one of the students did it? What if one of the fucking students answered these questions, and because, I don't know how to explain this, but because they made it sound like they were answering questions, they were, every time he would correct them with the right answer, they would do it. They would make his shit come out, his shit come true.
Right.
One of the students, you know, now look, this is far fucking fetched. I get it. I know what you're saying. But it was just a thought I had. It was just one of a crazy fucking thought I had laying in bed. You know? But what do you think? It's stupid, right? It's crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy thought.
you're out of your mind. You're shot.
That's way out there.
Shot out, man. Your brain shot out. No, I'm just playing.
Well, that was in between the Ambien and the Tramadol. You know what I mean?
Oh man. Papa said, I love you.
How are you feeling?
I feel all right. I was in pain when I woke up this morning. My shit was throbbing this morning, but I go, what is it? What's today? Monday? Thursday.
Yeah. Well, take care of it, because that sucks.
Thursday I got my appointment, so I'll be going back there.
Sosa's good?
Sosa's good. He's hanging out right here. He's just chilling, waiting for a treat to fly his way.
Hey, one day you want to, you got that guy, the roofer, what the fuck's his name?
I have, what, Tony?
Tony. Yeah. They would go up on a panel with him, you know?
Yeah.
Panel with him. If you want.
Where'd that come from?
All right, buddy. Go ahead. I love you, pal.
Where'd that come from, pal?
What?
You just talked about Tony out of nowhere. Where'd that come from? You guys conspiring against me?
No. It dawned on me. No, against you. Well, my views are different. That's what I meant. My views are different than his.
Yeah.
Now, I would never, ever go against you, and don't ever think that I would fucking go against you, and I'm not playing. Because I would never, ever go against you. You were the first person I ever did on this shit. I never even knew what the fuck true crime was, except for ID.
I love you, pal.
You were the first. Don't ever think that. Don't. And I'm serious. I love you, and anybody talking bad about you, I would lay them a new asshole.
Oh my God!
I wouldn't let nobody talk about you, brother.
Bing bang.
No doubt.
All right.
I love you, Papa Sal.
Go ahead. I love you.
I'll talk to you, fam.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Shout out to Papa. We love him. Great guy. Funny guy.
Now, I do agree that the court has the power to control those that are parties to the case and that are involved in the case in some way. But we have to define.
Now, you know, I coach baseball. Ain't T-ball, though. I do coach baseball. I didn't this year, but 44-28, never too late. I know you're from another country, not anywhere in the States. What's up, man? So you got 6 minutes.
44-28, never too late. I know you're from another country, not anywhere in the States. What's up, man?
It's Sinead again.
You're listening to me through the TV. What's up?
I am opposed to I just want to say, right, okay. I went through a court case 2 years ago this August. It's an essay case,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a priest. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay to say?
Yeah, you're good.
It took years for me to speak out, but I spoke out, and this is what happened. And the way people are saying that this, now you know how I feel about this wee lad, so we're not going to go there because of difference of opinion. This effort, which usually the efforts do,
Mm-hmm.
is make everyone think there's either A, something wrong with them, B, they're immobile and they can't understand what the judge is saying, or C, they're just incapable of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So when my abuser came in, he came in a wheelchair just off a plane from Tenerife playing golf, and with the tan and everything, and they got him in a wheelchair and led on. He had dementia and everything.
Right.
And this is why I'm watching this, is because everybody's saying if you were innocent, you would scream from the highest mountain, which in some cases you would. But there's something different about this case.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's saying it. Anyone I've watched, everybody is saying everything is different about this particular absolute travesty that's happened.
Right.
Now, this young fella, 28 or something, is sitting here with a suit and a tie on. And what if he is innocent? Just try to think that this wee lad's innocent for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And see if he's not, I swore over my life, I'll come on to yours and I said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But in my case, the jury saw an old man, which he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He just led on. He was a decrepit old man, and wheeled him in, and the jury saw him, and now he said not guilty, and he was wheeled out, and he smirked at the two of us survivors.
Mm-hmm.
and my daddy went for him, but thank the Lord above, nothing happened to my daddy. But see, the jury, the jury, we did not know from Adam, and that jury took 40 minutes, not even, it was just a lunch break, and came back and said, absolute, I'll tell you the words, I can't say it.
Unanimous.
You probably can say it. Yeah, unanimous. I can't say it at all. Guilty with everything, because there was all sorts of things, and they can play on whatever, but I don't think that wee lad's playing anything. I just think that wee lad's just put a suit on, he's allowed to come in because he's innocent before he's guilty, and he's not playing on anything just because he doesn't smile. Like, I wouldn't smile if I was in a courtroom. I didn't smile.
Right.
I was on drugs. The doctor had to give me sedatives. So I don't understand why people are judging this kid, you know, just because the media has got him full-blown guilty. I really thought, and you know I live in America, you know I lived in Boston and New York, and I can tell you now, I always, every morning, we'd get the kids up, we'd put our hands on our hearts, and we'd raise that flag, and we'd say what we had to say, and then it raised it up every single morning. Them kids had to do it. And that was the Constitution of America. Now, here in Ireland, our Constitution is... There isn't any. Is my 5 minutes up?
What?
Is my 5 minutes up?
Yes, 6 minutes. Is it?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
But what I'm trying to say is, what your country was built on was innocence before guilt. And I want to say to you personally, you have a very a big interest, just like myself, and Stephen Avery and Brenton Dassey. And I can't wait till they're exonerated. And it's taken a fucking very long time. I've got grey hairs, waiting on Kathleen Zellner trying to get something. But what I want to say to you is, please, I beg you, will you keep an open mind to this? You know, there's a lot of things coming out, and I just don't want everybody fighting. Everybody's fighting, and all the people. And I saw your post, and fair play to you, about people saying things that are not, maybe not even fucking true, just to get clicks and clickbait. Oh, believe me, I was one of them. I clickbaited, and I was like, what the fuck was that about? Sorry for my French, but I'm starting to get angry now that the fact that, like, this shouldn't be. Everybody should be together in this, because if these children murdered, then everyone should be together. Everyone should be together. And never mind all your egos and your this and your that. Put them to the side and start working together. And I reckon if you all work together, you could probably solve this case before I don't want to say it, but you know, well, I will say it, the FBI.
Well, I'm not working with no other creators.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying in general, I don't like working with other.
Did?
I don't like working with other creators. I don't want no you know, I'd rather work with my community.
Yes.
I'd rather work with my community and talk with you guys, and that's where I'm at with it. I love talking to you guys. I mean, people are gonna do what they do, but I'm not. I don't want no parts of.
And that was no disrespect to you whatsoever, but it's just that. Can you imagine if all your heads were together and all like everybody working together?
No doubt.
You have this solved in like a day or two.
I don't know. I can't go to.
I know you all have difference of opinion.
I appreciate you calling in, though, Shanita. I love you. I appreciate you. I gotta take this next call. It's been 6 minutes. I gotta be fair to everybody. I love you.
I love you so much, and I know I talk too much.
It's okay. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Lock your doors, my Ireland queen. God bless you. Shout out to her. 801. What's up? You're live.
Hey, T-REV, it's Cindy out here in Idaho.
What's going on, Cindy?
Hey, nice to get through. Hey, T-REV fam. On the caller just now, and given our benefit of the doubt and keeping an open mind, I think we are. If anything comes out that shows us that he's not the guy, I think we're all down for that. You said it 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
But when we get in and we give a case to a jury in this country, a jury of our peers, we have to trust that jury to listen to every single element of the case and render a verdict that we will all stand by, because that's how we are in this country. And my own daughter was a juror on a murder case over in Boise, Idaho. And that was a really sad family type story, but she did find him guilty. He wasn't on the death penalty. And so far, the prosecutor's office hasn't said they're seeking the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
However, I believe they will. If this isn't a death penalty case, I don't know what would be. So I'm hoping that they do put the death penalty as the outcome if he's guilty. And like you just said, it will take so long for him to face the firing squad or the lethal injection or whatever it is that he gets, that it's not going to be anything probably that I'll live to see, you know. But I know some people don't believe in the death penalty, and a lot of states have taken it away.
Mm-hmm.
But a lady called you one night, and she said, if people in your chat knew what I think, they would shit a brick, or, you know, she was kind of on the he's innocent train, or could be innocent train. And the secret grand jury making fun of him and saying negative things. But that secret grand jury is just like any other juror who gets called to jury duty. And if 16 to 24 grand jurors decided there was enough evidence to bind him over for this trial, then we have to respect that, just like we would the outcome of any other jury trial.
Right.
Because when people start dissing the juries, grand jury, regular jury, any jury, that's our right to be judged by a group of our peers. And I think it's very important that we keep our respect for the courts and the jury.
Absolutely.
And I know some people said that they're going to try to move the case out of Moscow because of whatever. If they do, I bet they'll go to Blaine County, which is another liberal type area in Idaho, the only other blue part of Idaho, actually. So that's my prediction if they move it. And I just wanted to call in and say hi and check in with you. I haven't gotten through for a while, so
I appreciate you sharing your opinions and stuff. I'm over here. I don't know why my lights keep turning on and off in the studio. That's actually pretty weird.
I know. Another thing, it kind of sounds like somebody's eating a bag of chips every once in a while. There's a little noise in the background too that sounds like you reached your hand in the chips and, you know, I don't know if you got a secret bag of chips down there.
That's weird.
You got, yeah. I don't know what was causing that, but why are you wearing sunglasses?
Come on now, you know, my face is swollen.
Well, you look good, but you look better without them, and I don't know.
My face is swollen.
Of something else. Don't lose your faith, man. Oh, there you go. What a good-looking guy. You are so handsome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My face is swollen right now. You can't tell?
Yeah, a little bit, but your eyes are what makes your face.
Thank you.
You got the eyes. Yeah, it's the honesty in them. It's the truth that you see in your eyes, and why I'm your number one fan. But anyways, I see the countdowns going, and I just wanted to call in and say hi to everybody and check in and say that about the jury, and just to remember they're just one of us, just like I told you, law enforcement is just your neighbor, just somebody down the road, the guy you know, the one you don't know, just people, humans.
Cindy, I appreciate you calling in, and hopefully you come up next time I open up the panel. I'll probably do an open panel this week.
I want to. Oh yeah, I'm there. I'm down. I'm 100% there. Thank you.
Most definitely. I know you used to be a police officer in Idaho. Correct?
Yes, I did work in law enforcement here in Idaho, and received all my training here, and I have a real good insight on how things work with the prosecutors and with the defense. You know, I just have that inside track. So I'm glad I have that experience, and I didn't go into it until I was 40, but it was the best work I've ever done in my life. I spent 10 years with the Treasury Department, and then I went into law enforcement, and nothing can beat what it felt like to be a part of that. It was awesome.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with us, and I want to hear more from you when I do an open panel, for sure.
Well, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you
All
for
right,
being
everybody.
so sweet.
Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Or a good week. I don't know what a day it is.
A weekend just ended. I mean, we still got weekend lag. So
Okay, yeah, we just came off the weekend. That's right.
It's all right though. We get lost in these days. It's God bless you, Cindy. Thank you. Shout out to Cindy. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have a great weekend.
Bing bang.
Yes, I got antibiotics. So I'm sitting here, right? I just want to share this with you guys real quick before I take any more phone calls or anything. So I'm sitting here. I got lights on, right? So I'm sitting. My computer, I swear on everything I love, my computer has lights inside of it. It started rotating all the different colors. You got to click a button on top for the colors to change. It started doing that, and both of my lights that I have shining onto the green screen are flickering on and off. It's absolutely insane. So, I had to go get this and say a prayer because I feel something in there. I don't know what it is, but there's some type of energy in my studio right now, and it's actually pretty creepy. It's not, I wouldn't say creepy in a bad way, but I just know there's something around here. Very weird. That's why I went and got this Pauly Santos right here. But yeah, just oh my God, Spirit Box for sure. Might have to do that, you know. You never know. I might have to run it over to the other side right now. Well, I appreciate everybody that came through today, because now it's I'm gonna have to go over to that second channel possibly. Let me see, what time is it? 12:48. Maybe tonight, maybe nighttime. Yeah, I need to fix this problem. There's something going on. I'm about to do a cleansing in here because it feels, I don't know, like some type of energy in here. I appreciate everybody that came by today. We've been on just for only 2 hours, but I'm gonna be live every day this week, Monday through Friday. Expect me to be live in the AM between 8 and maybe even 7. 8 check before 7 all the way up to 11. I will be live during those times in case I absolutely sleep in and go on at 12 p.m. But I will be on every day this week. We'll be doing open panels, all different types of stuff. I'll be on my second channel. Make sure you stop by my second channel. I love you guys. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out, and I'll see you guys on my second channel when I go live over there. I appreciate you all. Love you.
Anyone who knew Kaylee would tell you the same thing. To know her was to love her. Her love for life and everyone in it was so inspiring. She made it a priority to make everyone feel so important and so loved.
There was never a day that she didn't want to race her brother because she was just determined that girls were faster than boys, or that she didn't want to go bug her little sisters.
Favorite memory for me was watching the game with her, and every time the Steelers scored, I'd pick her up and I'd hold her high in the air.
I didn't really realize that I was in love with Maddie until the summer of 2020. We went to McCall and just spent a lot of time on the water. We floated the river and just hung out every chance we got.
They went to other countries together. Karen took them to Hawaii together. We took them to Mexico together. They went to college together. They went to high school together. They lived in their own apartment together. They were sisters.
She was so positive and lighthearted and understood the gift of life more than anyone I know. I remember her getting so mad at me for caring about the little things that didn't matter. She would always tell me she wouldn't know what to do without me, and now I have to live this life without her.
And she taught me a lot of stuff. She taught me how to be a dad. And I didn't know that until she was gone, you know?
Santa, you will not be forgotten. You have impacted so many lives and have given people so much love. I hope I can make you proud and try to leave an impact on this world and on people like you did.
He had such an infectious smile and a charismatic personality. And if you knew anything about Xana as well, they were very similar in how they acted together.
They were always so happy, and the way she would talk and smile about him was something I've never seen her do before. She truly loved him so much, and I know he had so much love for her.
We are eternally grateful that we spent so much time with him. And I want to remind you that that's the most important message that we have for you and your families, is to make sure that you spend as much time as possible with those people, because time is